Welcome back to 23rd Garage. I am finally back after being gone for a while. Nate's been kind of busy since I've been gone. As you guys know, he started on the Mustang here. And before we get started on this video, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on what happened with this car. So my friend Mike bought this car off of the auction. It was wrecked. It was wrecked in the front. He got this thing all fixed up and he got it back and he was driving it. And that day, he actually let one of his buddies drive it. And let's just say it did not go very good, as you guys can see. But I'm gonna pull up some pictures real quick. I've actually got some pictures of the accident and what he hit. So apparently, he lost control of the car, spun around, and then hit a parked truck while he was spinning. So the front is when he lost control, and then the back is when he hit the truck. So it's pretty crazy, but we're very glad that he's okay and nobody got hurt. It was all just basically damage to the car. Nobody else was involved, nobody was injured, so we're very thankful for that, and I'm sure Mike is as well. But now the car is here and we are going to rebuild it for a second time, and hopefully Mike doesn't let his buddy drive it again. But yeah, so let's jump right back into the video. The first thing that we need to do, we need to pull out this quarter panel here and the inner structure. As you guys can see, it's pretty mangled up here, but I think it's savable. I really do. I think that we need to weld a piece of metal right here to this corner and put a clamp on it. As we pull, this should come out, the inner structure should be pulled out, and then as well as right here, we need to drill a couple of holes and put some mounting points for our chains. That way we can pull this flat. If you look on this side, it needs to be relatively flat. So we need to pull that out. It is a double wall, so we can't really go in from the back. But yeah, I think we will be able to save this inner structure. It's not too mangled. It's not torn anywhere. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to pull it out and get the new quarter panel slapped on here. If it wasn't for the inner structure, it would be a relatively easy job, but you know what? It's here because it's not an easy job. So let's get on it. Okay, so now we are at 35. Before it was 34. We need to be at 35 and a half, kind of like this side is. You can see that's already moved a bit too. So we're gonna measure this again because I see it closed up there a bit. So we're still at 35 and a half, which is good. And then here, we're at 35. So what we need to do is we need to put a clamp right here and pull it right here at this pinch weld. That way we don't damage the inner structure.
All right, so we got the rear wall pulled out and got a little bit of straightening and dulling to do on the lips in here and everywhere, but the measurements are good. So now we are ready to take off this quarter panel, and basically what we are going to do is just grind off all the spot welds. That way this panel just peels off. We don't want to drill anything. We do have a brand new quarter panel, so we don't want to drill holes into the inner structure. So we're just going to buzz off all the spot welds, take it off and fit the new one up, fit the new trunk lid up, and then be ready for the front. All right, so we got the quarter panel fitting up real nice. Now what we need to do is we need to take it off and use our new little hole tool that we purchased yesterday. The old one broke. That one is V-Tune's. V-Tune broke it last time on the, what was it, the S2K. So we're gonna oil this thing real quick, and then we're gonna get the quarter panel off. We'll pop all the holes that we need in it, and then we'll get everything surfaced and ready to weld the quarter back on.
Besides that blanket.
All right, so check that out. We got the quarter panel all bolted on, well, screwed on, and we've got the lid. It's nice and closed. Let's see if we can open it. Ah, look at that. You like that, don't you? Got a little rope there. Closes really nice, seals up. As you guys can see right here, we're also ready to weld. We just need to put one more self-tapper right there. We got the gusset back there, so when we screw these self-tappers down, it lines the two sheets up together. And here we just need to use some vise clamps and do some spot welding, as well as here. I don't want to put any self-tappers here. I was going to go ahead and throw the latch on as well, just to see how the door closes. You know, that's very important when you're doing a quarter panel. You don't ever want to weld nothing unless the door closes. And then here we've got a nice butt connection. We just need to put some vise grips there and spot weld everything. Then we'll take all the self-tappers out and weld that. Here we need to drill some holes and put spot welds here. And then of course right here we have a, I guess it's a pinch weld or whatever. We basically have to roll the edge of this quarter panel to make that. Door looks really good. Gaps line up, looks ready to go. Unfortunately, we actually haven't had a lot of time to work on this thing. We've actually had to do a lot of lot cleanup and a lot of shop cleanup. We have a special guest coming on Monday, so we're super excited about that. Stay tuned for that. We will be doing a little collaboration with another YouTuber. So we had to do some, you know, some cleanup outside. We had to make some room and stuff. But we'll get back on this thing on Monday, Nate, and we'll get it all welded up. And then we'll get the front end pulled out so we can get it off the rack. I actually have another small job that needs to go on the rack, so we need to hurry up and get this thing knocked out. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys stay tuned for the welding part and the bodywork part. We'll probably try to do that maybe in the same video. What do you think?
Yeah.
We'll probably weld it up and get it all trimmed out, get all the interior parts done, and get this thing knocked out. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.